Okay, I'm back, and so now that we have talked about energy resources, now let's talk about mineral and other kinds of resources that the world uses. So this particular chart shows how much does each person in the United States use of these different kinds of resources. So some of the numbers on there are just kind of astounding. That, for example, the amount of stone that one person uses per year is going to be 5,700 kilograms. And so you might be saying, well, I don't use that much. Yeah, well, if you think about the number of roads that are being built in the United States, and you need to put down a bed of gravel before you can put the asphalt on top of it. So that's where all of that stone is going. And then also it's used like for bricks and for other building projects. Okay, then another thing was the amount of iron. So each person in the United States is responsible for using up 249 kilograms of iron. And so a lot of that goes into steel girders. Some of it goes into automobiles, things like that. Okay, and then the amount of oil. So each person is responsible for using up 3,500 kilograms of oil in the United States. And so a lot of that oil is used to make gasoline with, but then some of the oil is going to be used to keep power plants operating that manufacture materials. So you might want to just take a look at some of the other items that are on that list there. Okay, so what are some metallic mineral resources? So an ore is going to be a rock or a mineral that contains metals. And so in some cases you have a mineral that only contains one kind of metal. So for example, gold ore contains gold. Okay, but hematite though is iron oxide. So when we take the hematite, we have to crush it and then heat it in order to separate the iron from the oxygen part of it. Okay, then you've got galena, which is lead sulfide. So again, we have to separate the sulfur from the lead in that particular ore. Bauxite, okay, so that's going to be a sedimentary rock, but that contains aluminum. And then bornite is a rock that or a mineral that contains copper, and then sphalerite is going to be a mineral that contains zinc. So there are just a plethora of different kinds of rocks and minerals that contain metals in them. All right, let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about how do ores form.